So,
So nice.
so today we're going to talk about the books we read in my literature for children class, and
My literature for young adult.
yeah, we'll start with literature for children because it's younger.
Age levels.
Yeah. So I read both Little House in the Big Woods and Little House on the Prairie for my class. This is my first time reading these, but I like them so far. I think I'm probably going to finish the rest of the series. Maybe. By a time.
That's always the question. Do I have time?
Yeah.
Answer is usually no. But do we do it anyway?
Yes.
I read them at latest third, fourth, might have been second. I had the same teacher for those 3 years, so those are just a blur.
That would make it hard to distinguish what
Yeah.
year you did stuff.
But they were good, if I remember right.
Yeah, they're pretty good. This one, Pa's building the house on the prairie. Obviously about Little House on the Prairie. And they have Indians, and that's where they meet Mr. Edwards.
Okay.
And they don't go to school yet, and there isn't really any children around them. It's mainly Mr. Edwards and I think it's the Scott family, Mr. and Mrs. Scott, who save them when they all get sick from malaria.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they're, based on her life.
Yeah. Which,
So
Laura Ingalls Wilder is a pretty cool person.
Yeah.
I like the TV show.
The TV show's interesting.
Yeah. It's a lot different than the books, but...
Oh, yeah. Extremely different. Well, isn't in the TV show she's at school and stuff, so...
Yeah, I think the TV show starts when they're settled in the town with other people, if I remember right.
Because I remember Nellie, who
Yeah.
no one liked. I remember her from the books, too. So...
Then some other books that I'm starting to read for my class are like The Outsiders, and then its sequel, That Was Then, This Is Now. So we'll have another video of that coming up, I'm sure.
Fun!
Yeah.
So I read, you all knew it was coming, Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. I don't have the book sleeve on it, that's why I held the book like this. And it's...
I read this book over the summer, and I liked it.
I love this book.
I like Rainbow Rowell's style.
Yeah. Granted, I read this book when I was a freshman in college, and I'm a fangirl. So there are 2 points that it was relatable to me. Because it's about a freshman in college, and she's trying to figure out a balance between her life, between her family and her fandom and classes. And she's like, I'm not going to put friends into that mix, because who has time for friends?
Plus, she's pretty antisocial.
Yeah, she's a hermit.
Yeah.
Which, again, relatable.
But you have all kinds of friends.
Yeah, it's because I wasn't allowed to be a hermit. I tried.
Emma said no.
Emma and Brady said no. I tried for a little bit.
Yeah.
It failed miserably. That and I'm a theater major. We're not allowed to be hermits.
Yeah.
Dr.
Dr. Sad told me once I'd be a terrible theater major.
But yeah, so she's a literature major.
Yeah.
Which I can kind of relate to. I'm a lit minor.
I'm an English major.
So you can definitely relate to it.
Indeed. But I don't write fan fiction.
True. I don't either.
I don't really read fan fiction either.
I do. I read fan fiction. I am a terrible human.
I know about it through osmosis because, I'm friends with her and a couple of other of our friends read it.
Yeah, fan fiction's interesting. And I enjoy reading the ones I read. But then you hit some fan fiction, it's like, really?
Just make a noise.
Something made a noise.
I don't know what made a noise.
But I enjoy reading fan fiction, and I didn't read fan fiction until I was in college. Because I was avoiding that area of my fandoms.
And then you met new people.
And then I met new people who talked me into reading fan fiction. And then I read this book, and I'm like, I understand life now. But I don't have time to read all the books assigned for class and fan fiction. So fan fiction's been dying a little this semester.
Understandable.
But and I'm marking everywhere I find something funny that I like or I find relatable, and I'm not even done yet. This is just the first, how many chapters? 11 chapters. Oh, I love this book so much. I actually went home, and my library at home did not have the book in the library, and I went and bought a copy, and I gave it to them because I'm obviously not giving this copy away. I went, you will fix this problem. Here, take it. Have people read it. This is the book I read before Eleanor and Park, which is by the same author.
I personally liked Eleanor and Park better.
See, I read this one first.
I read Eleanor and Park first.
That might be the problem I have. I like Eleanor and Park, don't get me wrong. But this one, at the time, where I was in my life, at the time I read this book, it was all the relatable. Oh, I love this book. So I also, because we had to watch movies for class as well, I
such
watched
a difficult class.
Strong World, One Piece by Enrico Oda. Well, at least the original concept is by Enrico Oda. I
have no idea about any of this, so
I love this movie. Granted, I am an anime geek as well as books and theater and stuff, so
I like some mangas. I like Death Note.
Death Note is good. I enjoy Death Note. I need to watch that movie.
Anyway.
But so this is about the Straw Hat Pirates, and it's so I'm in the process of watching the anime. Don't hate on me, it's very long, okay? But so this takes place before the 2-year separation and after they get Brooke. I'm working on a timeline trying to figure out when this movie happens. And
that means nothing to me.
It means very little to anyone who I fan about this about. So, in this movie, they are traveling, I think, toward the New World at this point, and they hear that the villages in the East Blue, which, you know, most of the crew is from, are in danger. And they're like, let's go save our hometowns. But then they run into the pirate who's in charge of the attacks. And he seems like a nice guy at first. They're like, yeah, we'll be your friend. And then he kidnaps Nami, which was the navigator. There are a total. I was watching this with my roommate who knows nothing about anime. There are a total of 9 crew members in the Straw Hat crew. They can't afford to lose their crew members. And he kidnaps the navigator. There's only one of them. Of course they're gonna go attack him and retrieve her. Idiot.
That's a smart kidnapper. Pirate crew's not gonna make it very far without a navigator.
Especially with a directionally challenged first officer. And a directionally challenged captain.
Yeah, they're not gonna make it very far without
they
a navigator.
Need her. It's very obvious that the entirety of this series, they need her. And it's their struggle trying to rescue her and trying to save the East Blue all at the same time. And in typical shonen fashion, you have to have a mini fight battle that the heroes lose before you have the big epicness of epic fight battle. And it's just, I love it. It was a nice stress reliever in the middle of the week that I now have to write a paper on. So yeah. But yes, all this movie.
So, what are you going to be reading next? Your class.
I'm reading currently, because I'm trying to finish it. It's my Newbery Award. It's Jacob Have I Loved, or Jacob I Have Loved.
Jacob Have I Loved.
Jacob, thank you. And it's about these twin girls, and one of them, she was born first, and she was perfectly healthy. So her family kind of brushes her under the rug because her little sister was very sickly when she came out. The main character is the older sister, and I was reading this coming home from Tucson, and I was getting so angry. I was on the plane like, no, you don't treat your child like that.
I haven't read read Jacob Have I Loved. But I've read other books by Catherine Patterson, like Bridge to Terabithia. That's hers.
I never read Bridge to Terabithia. Probably for this reason. I went and saw the movie.
Oh, the book is so much more emotional.
And
so much more.
You know, in typical movie fashion, it's like,
So
let's put
much more.
all the happy stuff in the trailer.
Yeah.
Make all these people want to go see it. And I talked to my dad. He was a very emotional man. Into taking me to this movie. And then the girl died.
Yeah.
And then I had to explain to my dad that I didn't know that was going to happen. And it
You should
was
read the book.
turmoil, and I don't want it.
You should.
I should. I don't want to. But Jacob How I Loved is good so far. I'm now scared for what's going to happen. But she has one friend, and she's kind of making friends with this new weird old dude who showed up. Yeah, I'm on 80 pages. I don't know what's going on. But she, she can't lose that friend. So hopefully it's not written in the same style as Bridge to Terabithia, or I will be in a puddle in my room. Megan's gonna walk in and go, "Dear God, what happened?"
No, I'm gonna walk in and go, "What book did you read?"
I will show it. It's like, and she's like, "Oh dear God."
See, so that's all I'll have to do is I'll just be like, "What book did you read?"
What book? What movie? What TV show have you been watching?
Yeah.
I get very emotionally attached very quickly.
Yes, she did. All right, so I think that's
That
about
for
it.
this one.
Yep.